So this is an interesting video. It's guy when he had his kid, and it's like the doctors come in and they're like, "Hey, how about hepatitis B vaccine for your kid?" Like, you gotta watch it. Just play the clip.
Like, when do they start giving them hepatitis B?
12 hours in.
That's when birth. Yeah.
12 hours in, they came into the room and they're like, hepatitis B.
Yo.
And I was like, what is it? Because I didn't know what it was. And they're like, it's a disease that could kill your kid. And I was like, well, we should probably give it to her. And then I'm like, how do you even get it? And they're like, it's a sexually transmitted disease. And I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we could pump the brakes a little bit
12
on
hours
this one.
old?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We got time.
They get a bonus
Yeah.
for injecting your
Jesus
kid with these
Christ.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand. So now there's a skepticism. People
But then,
see,
right now, just having this conversation, even talking about it the way we've talked about it so carefully,
yeah.
you'll be labeled an anti-vaxxer.
So
Andrew Schultz and Joe Rogan float
Okay.
around anti-vax conspiracy theories.
Well, we're not conspirizing right now, right?
Nope.
We're just literally saying maybe it's okay to do the research without shame.
Well, how is it not possible to talk about it without being labeled a kook? If this is a thing, if you're injecting kids with chemicals,
Yeah.
and we know that medications have adverse effects, even simple medications. Some people have horrible effects from all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. My wife, in order for her to go to school, had to get the booster. Like she was getting her MBA, and
Yeah.
she had to.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing with kids. Like if you want to put your kid in like a school, they have to have them all.
Yeah.
If you want to put it in a daycare,
If you want
they
to
have
travel, if you want to fly, certain jobs.
So
Yeah.
you start to feel the pressure, and the outside pressure makes you go, okay, I'm being forced into this decision. I don't really have my freedom. You say I have my freedom, but I want my kid to get educated.
Right.
I want my kid to be able to go see their grandparents. I want my
Right.
kid to do these things. And yeah, you do feel this, you feel a social pressure. You don't want to be labeled a fucking anti-vax weirdo. But at the same time, it was hard as hell for my wife and I to get pregnant. So I'm really protective over this innocent little baby. And I don't want to be responsible for giving him something that could fuck him up. I don't know how to live myself.
Yep, I agree. I concur. That's just absurd. Inject a baby that's 12 years old with hepatitis B, which is a sexually transmitted disease. You got some time to wait on that. That's just nuts. That's the doctors just dollar signs. Ooh, I get a bonus if the more vaccines I can inject your kid with, the more bonuses I get from the vaccine company. So this is Bill Maher. He's a Democrat, and despite him sounding reasonable and like a Republican, basically, he's still a shit lib. He's not going to change who he votes for. So he'll acknowledge reality and acknowledge things as the way they should be, but he's still going to vote Democrat. That's the thing. He'll still vote for the people that are burning cities down and burning the state down and have all the homeless people on the street and the drug addicts and the crime and everything else. Right.
Now, I don't think most liberals are insane, but neither do they make it clear they disapprove of the ones who are, and their cowardice in not marginalizing their own crazies has been their downfall. I couldn't get Neil deGrasse Tyson, a genius scientist and preeminent scientific voice in the media, to agree that it was ridiculous for Scientific American and The Atlantic to be claiming that separating sports by sex doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Actually, it makes perfect sense. And it's obvious that it does. When conservatives see it, they say, I'm sorry, we're just not going to go along with reinventing society, often pointlessly, even if we have to cancel democracy to do it. They see gender as only a construct and sex is assigned at birth, and they say, we're not doing that. Transing kids by self-diagnosis with no age limit, no parental notification, and no acknowledgement of social contagion, not doing it. Asylum now covers any reason for anyone to come to America, not doing it. Homelessness is a lifestyle. Natural immunity doesn't count anymore. Whiteness is toxic. Penises in women's prisons. Welcoming the Intifada. We're not doing it. If we are ever going to get back to the old America, that's got to be the Democrats' part of the bargain. Stop coming up with radically new and often terrible ideas, and then in the next breath, insist there be no debate about any of it. That if you don't see it right away and go along, you're bad, stupid, and deplorable. As if you were saying, duh, 2 + 2 = 5, isn't that obvious? Yeah, it's obvious you can't add. You can't just Say shit. Math is racist. Queers for Palestine. Looting is cool. Healthy at any weight. If the
Okay,
men's football team played the women's team, it would be a tie. You can't just say shit. I mean, you can, but it doesn't make it true because you're not Harry Potter.
Harry Potter could do those things with his little magic wand. Let's play this clip. This is a good clip. This is David Sachs and how do you say Chapeth or something? He was an early investor in Facebook. I think he's a billionaire.
Did you guys see this interview with this woman in DC who was describing what it's been like in DC over the last 40 years and see the changes?
Yeah, she feels safe.
Elon retweeted it. Nick, I sent you the link on Signal. Just listen to what she says. It's really, to your point, Sachs, it's like, it's just such a no-brainer thing to do. The question now is, I think, is a political calculation. Who wants to take credit for it? Because everybody should be doing this.
Oh, yes, listen to this.
I'm always going to be the person to say it, and I don't want to be the person to say it. But Donald Trump has been president for 9 months. 9 months. And I'm seeing videos from Chicago, DC, where people are like, yo, I feel safe. My kids feel safe. This is the best thing he ever did for us. So what was happening all these years that this like literally I've known DC and Virginia to have this type of shit going my whole life. And I'm in my 40s. Okay? Almost touching it. So what was really truly going on? If a motherfucker became president 9 months ago and cleared that shit out with just a flick of the pen, I'm just thinking, like, did y'all really ever care?
Exactly. So I think that the point she's making there is we don't have to live this way. This is a choice. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't have to live in San Francisco with our main drag, our main street, Market Street, basically being an open air drug market where you've got hundreds of people who are addicted, doing drugs in the street, you know, doing other things in the street. And again, Gavin Newsom proved that it could all be cleaned up very, very quickly. So look, I think it's great that Daniel Lurie and Brooke Jenkins and the new administration are doing a better job, but they're still constrained and hamstrung by their own,
Well, let them say
by
that,
the
Sachs.
city's, by the city's liberal mindset, extreme liberal mindset towards what's possible. And I think, like that person just said in the video, Trump just did it with a stroke of a pen. This is a choice. We don't have to live this way.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the I have, the I'm a good person delusion that people on the left tend to have. They believe in their ideology, and so that's their ideology conflicts with the reality of all the people in the streets. So they never admit that their ideology doesn't work. That's why they keep putting up with it, and they just blame other people. There was a clip on Twitter yesterday, the day before. It was the mayor of San Francisco basically going, everything's great, everything's fine, crime's lower than it's been in years. We've removed all these homeless encampments, and meanwhile, every day there's new video on Twitter of the city of San Francisco and the crazy shit that are going on there. And the mayor's basically going, everything's great, nothing to see here. Like if you ever saw the Animal House video with Kevin Bacon at the end where the parade's out of control and fireworks are going off, and he's like, everyone stay calm, everything's fine, and people are running him over. It's kind of like the fiery but mostly peaceful protests on CNN. It's just they cannot acknowledge the fucked up reality, and therefore, since they can't acknowledge it, because that would mean acknowledging that their ideas don't work and never have worked, and they've always failed, they can't handle it. So they keep voting for the same thing, because again, I'm a good person. If I'm a good person, this wouldn't happen or shouldn't happen. It's got to be somebody else's fault.
Also, like in Naked Gun too, where it's like the whole.
Oh, yeah, be calm. Everything's under control.
Please disperse.
Please disperse. So let's play Mandami here. This fucking communist. Listen to what he says. These are his true intentions.
He came here to remake this state in the image of our people. He came here to remake this state in the image of our people. He came here to
What did you? Oh, it was a Halloween party or something? Oh no,
that was during the lockdowns.
Oh.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people. He's an Islamist.